Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media, and apologies that this has been a little bit hit and miss. It's going to be that way for about another week and a half. I'm actually going to be going away for a little bit, so streams hopefully won't be disrupted, but unseen there probably will be some disruption. But as soon as we're kind of past that, then back to normal. We'll be back to daily unseens and everything will be back to normal. So that's kind of why there's a little bit of disruption around at the moment. But as a result of all of that, it means we've got a monster episode because we've got a few days that we need to catch up with here. So we've got this news here that Seth Rollins is going to be getting a new theme song. And apparently he is not going to be getting Def Rebelled, a major artist. Don't know who. Some people are speculating maybe like Metro Boomin, maybe Travis Scott. There's a lot of artists that kind of want to work with WWE, but a major artist is going to be kind of putting that together or contributing significantly to new music for Seth Rollins. Right, Omos has shared that he has signed a new multi-year deal. So, great news, but obviously the question remains, where is he? It's all well and good him signing a deal, but we just never see the guy. So, hopefully this is an indicator that Omos can get back onto TV, into storylines. He went over to Japan, did very, very well over there. They kind of pulled him from Japan, and it felt like he was going to be in this year's Royal Rumble, and then he just wasn't. So, don't know what they're doing with him, but he's actually signed a new deal. So CM Chunk, Carl, thank you. This is coming from Corey. Corey said WWE is in the planning stages of launching a new women's tag team. The tag team is going to be Natalya and Maxine. They're going to have the proposed name of the Dungeon Dolls. WWE is getting the name cleared, and we're looking at merchandising, so looks like we should be getting the Dungeon Dolls very soon, which I have got mixed feelings about, because it's great that we're using Natalya, but I really want that Natty character that we saw on the Indies. I really want that Natty that popped up at like NWA and popped up over at Bloodsport. You know, the kind of Natty that they're teasing that we might see in Evolve. She's actually doing some stuff in Evolve at the moment, Natalya as well. So, yeah, I'm kind of down for using Natalya. I'm not sure about this as a team, but yeah, I'd love it if we could kind of like bring that side of Natalya out. So, I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. It's Bryn again. Shout out to you. So Jey Uso has been revealed as the final mystery participant for King of the Ring. So this was announced on SmackDown, but actually this news broke before SmackDown. So we kind of found out about it before SmackDown, but it was announced that that mystery person is Jey Uso. And honestly, I'm sensing a bit of disappointment. I think if you set up a mystery person, you're kind of really hoping that that's someone returning, or it's a legend or something big like a call-up. If it just turns out to be someone that's on the roster anyway, that's probably pretty disappointing, to be honest. That's pretty disappointing. You could have just announced that they were going to be in it. The reason why they didn't announce Jey is because he was obviously the champion at the time. So I think they could have done like Gunther or Jey. Whoever loses will go into the tournament. They could have done that instead of mystery person. So a little bit of disappointment out there around the fact that it's Jey, but there we go. Mystery solved. Jey is that mystery person. So it's Bryn again, thank you. J Omega, shout out to you. Sources within WWE have told Fightful Select Espanol that Mr. Iguana is finalizing a deal with WWE now. Now, this could be anything, right? When they bought AAA, I don't think they got all the wrestlers, because I don't know what wrestlers were under AAA contracts. So Mr. Iguana, for example, he could be someone that works with AAA, but when they bought AAA, they might not have got Mr. Iguana's kind of contract, right? They might not have actually signed him. But so it could be that they're working on a deal so that he is under a WWE deal. That way they can use him for whatever they want. But really, he could still be based in AAA. This does not mean that he is coming straight to the main roster, right? This doesn't mean that, oh my God, he's coming to Raw, he's coming to SmackDown. This just means that they're trying to make sure that he is a WWE superstar, and then they can use him in AAA. They can use him in NXT. They can use him on the main roster if they want to. He's definitely over, as we know, but I don't know that, like, him going to Raw or SmackDown, I don't know that I can quite see that. You know, I think when you first see him, he has an instant impact because, of course, he's eye-catching, yeah? Mr. Iguana, and he's got a toy iguana. I mean, of course you're going to notice him. And I think that's what's happened, is everyone's gone, oh my God, did you see that guy? He's made this big impression, but, you know, is that over now? Now that we've all seen him and we know about him, like, is it done? Like, or is there, like, more to this? Is this kind of enthusiasm, is this support going to continue? There's only one way to find out, really, and that's to get him back on TV, get him involved in some stories. I would personally do that on NXT and just sort of see what the reaction is like to him. And then you'll be able to gauge, you know, was that just a fad? Was that just a moment? Was that just a big first impression? Or is there actually more to this? Because I don't know the answer to that, to be honest. Because we've seen these kind of things go two ways. You know, like Joe Hendry is obviously massively popular and is remaining so. But then I've seen, like, the pizza guy who used to, like, spin this kind of pizza dough around. He kind of made a big impression and then was gone the next week. So this could go either way. I can't tell how long-lasting this is going to be. So, yeah, I would say get him on a WWE deal. Get him into NXT. Use him in some storylines. And once people have seen him for a while, then we'll know if that kind of crazy support is still there, if social media is still kind of like really reacting to him, or if it was just a bit of a fad, a bit of a moment. I'm not sure. So, yeah, that's what that means. For anyone thinking he's on his way to Raw, on his way to SmackDown. Right, Elite Rockers, per PW Insider, Goldberg is expected to make regular appearances on Raw leading up to the weekend events in Georgia in July. So, penciled in Goldberg Gunther Saturday night's main event. So, we know there's Saturday night's main event in July. Penciled in Goldberg Gunther. I mean, that would be great. Obviously, those two confronted last year, so, I mean, it all makes sense. And big rumors that Goldberg is going to be on Raw on Monday. Carl, shout out to you, buds. So, 6 Feet Under podcast, Michelle shared that The Undertaker had undergone surgery for an underlying heart condition. That was the day after, the morning after WrestleMania 41. So, you know, good that he's getting all that done, but obviously don't like to hear of The Undertaker having any kind of heart surgery. But, yeah, I mean, it's not like he collapsed or anything like this. I believe it was like, you know, he's had his checkups, they've seen something, he's gone and been booked in. And so it's not like, you know, crazy dramatic, but it's still heart surgery. So wishing him, obviously, all the best. I believe everything's absolutely fine. So that was revealed on his podcast. Right, breaking news on Friday. So we heard that Hikuleo was going to be at the SmackDown taping. So during SmackDown, everyone was kind of like, could he pop up? Could he show? Are they going to use him? Is he going to be in the ring behind Jacob? This is the brother of Tamatonga, Tongaloa. I mean, it would make sense to put him in the solo group, right? He's competed over in New Japan. He's got experience. He's actually been in the WWE system for a little while as well. So, yeah, we've been waiting, and he's tall. That's the other thing you need to know. He's like 6'7", 6'8". He's tall. So he has got some size to him, right? Very excited to kind of see what he can do. So word on the street was he was going to be at the SmackDown taping. There's a chance he could be with Solo. Is he finally debuting? Well, he did. but he debuted on Main Event. I'm sure you've seen the footage, heard the news. He debuted on the Main Event taping just before SmackDown and then wasn't like on SmackDown. So I don't know what we're doing with him. Word on the street was he was going to go to NXT. Okay, now they've just had him work Main Event, so I'm a bit confused as to kind of where we stand. I really don't know. I don't know. He could pop up next week and join up with Solo, or it could be that he pops up next week after, and is the newest NXT superstar. So we're going to have to wait and see. What I would say is this is obviously a very good sign that we are now close towards him actually being used on TV on a regular basis, being assigned to a brand. So, you know, we're there or thereabouts. It's just, where's he going to show? Where's he going to pop up? No guarantee it's SmackDown. Again, could be NXT. That was the rumor previous. Edward, shout out to you. So, PW Insider saying there is hope internally that Bianca will return to in-ring action by SummerSlam. You might remember she broke her finger, and so there's hope she'll be back by SummerSlam, if not before. I mean, they would definitely want her at SummerSlam, so I can believe that. 16 contenders for legendary coaches. So the new season of LFG is back. So here you can see One Shot at Glory, all new season, June 22nd. And, of course, some familiar faces from the first season. I believe it's largely the same coaches. I think, isn't it, Mickie James has been swapped out for Michelle McCool. But LFG Legends and Future Greats back Sunday, June 22nd for their second season. Kian, shout out to you. So this is coming from Wrestle Votes. WWE is hopeful that Brie Bella will return to the company in time for the Evolution PLE. They're trying to get an angle where it's going to be Liv and Raquel defending the tag titles against the Bellas. Now, obviously, that started the other day. Liv hitting Oblivion on Nikki. So, yeah, you could totally see that being the direction we're going. So that is what they're hoping to work towards. We also found out on NXT the other day that the NXT Women's Championship is going to be defended at Evolution. So that show really starting to come together. Little bit of drama here. So ARC Gaming, shout out to you. There's issues on one side, right, of this. So The Miz is going to be doing American Gladiators, but there is AEW talent on that show, Wardlow and Camille. And apparently there's issues on one side. Don't know if it's the WWE side, probably, or the AEW side, probably the WWE side, that there are AEW superstars on there. I mean, I don't know that it's WWE that have got the problem, but I don't understand why AEW would have a problem with The Miz being a host. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's great exposure for them, isn't it? The Miz is obviously a decent name, is a pretty big name. And so AEW stars being on that show is good exposure. I wonder if it's like WWE don't want AEW stars on, because if they promote this, they're sort of promoting AEW. Because if WWE promote American Gladiators and promote this show, people will tune in. They're then going to see AEW wrestlers. You're going to hear about AEW. In a way, WWE would be helping to promote AEW. You can sort of see the dilemma. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think it's that big of a show, but you can sort of see the dilemma. So that's coming from Wrestling Observer Newsletter. Don't know what's going to come of that. Triple H made the call to have Jey Uso lose the World Heavyweight Championship as he wanted Gunther Goldberg to be for the title. The match is scheduled to take place at Saturday night's main event, and it'll go head-to-head with AEW All In. I'm guessing that bit might be the important bit. So for me, Gunther Goldberg doesn't need the belt, right? Doesn't need it. They had a little bit of beef last year. Belt doesn't need to be involved. I don't need to see Goldberg trying to win the World Heavyweight Championship at this stage in his career. So for me, not needed, right? But I suppose that's the important factor. They're going up against AEW All In. And so you've got to make sure that you've got the biggest show possible because you're competing against a monster show. I mean, that is kind of their WrestleMania in some ways. So it's a big, big show that for AEW. So, you know, wrestling fans are going to have a choice. If you want them to choose you, you've got to stack it as much as possible. And I wonder if that is why they put the belt on Gunther. Because honestly, if AEW weren't having a show that day and it was just Saturday night's main event, I really don't think Gunther Goldberg needs to be for the belt. That way you could have kept it on Jey. Because I don't think Jey had a fair shake. I mean, he had one title defense. There was outside interference during that match. And then he ends up having a tag match at Money in the Bank. And then he loses the belt. So we didn't really do a great deal with Jey. I can totally understand why there's so much frustration out there from the Jey Uso fans. So, yeah, it was weird. This one took me by surprise. I did not expect Gunther to be winning this championship. Maybe it just makes a little more sense now. So, Aeros 1, thank you. Wrestling's biggest fan, shout out to you. Trish Stratus, rumoured to be on SmackDown next week. So that's interesting. I can believe it with Evolution so close. The all-women's PLE makes sense. But, yeah, there we go. Bit of a surprise. WWE NXT Women's Champion Jacy Jayne has revealed that she's not undergone second surgery to fix her septum, which I believe is this bit of your nose, after breaking her nose in 3 places in April 2024. She currently can't breathe out of her nose at all. Psh, that's crazy, isn't it? She can't breathe out of her nose at all. That has got to really, you'd think that would really hinder her in-ring, because that means that all the oxygen she's getting, she's got to get it through her mouth. One of the most devious things a wrestler could do in a match now would be to cover up her mouth. Imagine now you'd put a sleeper hold on, but rather than having it there, put it there. I mean, you know what I mean? You don't want to kill her, but I don't know. That's an interesting piece of information. If ever I'm having a match with Jacy Jayne, which I'm not planning on, to be honest. There's no plans right now, but can't get any. Can't breathe out of her nose. Only breathe out of her mouth. Larry, shout out to you. Right, this coming from Fightful. Kiana James was spotted backstage at SmackDown. So Kiana James actually got called up last year. Didn't have any plans, no creative, didn't see her, and then I think on a house show picked up an injury, and so just have not seen her. If you're looking at her going, who is this? Because you don't watch NXT, I could totally understand. We really did not see much of Kiana at all. In fact, I'm struggling to think if she even made it onto Raw or SmackDown TV. I think there was some backstage segments. Maybe a multi-person match that she was in, but next to nothing, yeah. So, yeah, this is someone we could be seeing very, very soon. Brie Bella in talks about returning. We touched on that. Kian, thank you. OTC, shout out to you. So there are 7 WWE performers that are earning well over $5 million a year. 2 may also hit that figure this year. So aside from The Rock, the highest paid is Roman. Whatever stories went around from Jonathan Coachman that TKO have asked Reigns to take a pay cut or restructure are false. That's coming from Wrestling Observer newsletter. So they're in no doubt whatsoever that TKO asking Roman to take a pay cut or something. False news. So there we go. I mean, I don't know who's correct. Observer are saying it's false. Coachman is saying this is what he's been told. One thing I knew from the start, and we said this in Unseen, there is no way they would look to part ways with Roman Reigns, right? And they might go up to him and go, can we reduce your money a little bit? He might go no, and they'll be like, okay, sorry. sorry for asking. Sorry. So, yeah, there's no way. There is absolutely no way they would run the risk of losing Roman. He's way too important. And honestly, I could believe they don't even speak to him about reducing his pay. I could believe that. Right, Edward, shout out to you. So this is a bit of a Raw preview. So Gunther is going to be appearing. Nikki Bella is going to be appearing. Asuka against Stephanie versus Ivy versus Raquel, Queen of the Ring match. Sheamus versus Rusev versus Bronson versus Jey. I think Jey wins. King of the Ring match. And Goldberg is planned to appear, obviously expecting him to interrupt Gunther. And WWE star Ariana Grace has finished up with TNA. So she was the NXT liaison. And it's done, apparently. So getting her back, which is good, honestly. Get her back into NXT. She needs to be wrestling, competing. You know, we go a long time without seeing her on NXT. So it'd be good to get her back and, like, you know, really start digging into her wrestling, get her into some stories. I think it was fun having her as the kind of liaison. But, yeah, I'm glad it's done, to be honest. Okay, that was WWE. SmackDown, I think there's a few bits in here. So here's Hikuleo. I know this is footage you will have seen by now, but look at the size of him. Really tall. Really tall. I mean, he's got a presence. He's a stepping over a top rope kind of a guy. But yeah, look at the size of him. So he was actually taking on one of the guys from Pretty Deadly, which is why we've got that. That's not part of Hikuleo's entrance. But you can see his kind of graphic in the background. And yeah, he is, as we said, Tamatonga Tongaloa's brother. Here, yeah, it was noted. Guru, shout out to you, but just kind of talking to himself a little bit before Nick Aldis came over.
Trish, what the hell are you?
I don't know what he says there. Something like, I can't cope with you all talking at once or something.
Trish, what the hell are you doing, man?
Talking at once. I don't know. Yeah, it keeps saying, I'm in the driving seat now. I mean, it is true. R-Truth seems to be suggesting that there are split personalities, that you've got the R-Truth character, but you got the Ron Killings character, and it's Ron Killings that's took the driving seat. That's just a little glimpse. I don't mind us going down that road of making him a bit unhinged. That would explain why we've had such a drastic shift in his personality.
Trish, what the hell are you?
I don't need everyone talking at once or something along those lines. I can't quite make out what he says. But yeah, I think that's a really interesting thought. Kian, shout out to you. God, this was overacting to the extreme, wasn't it? Look at John. The cat went backwards. Can I just say as well, look at the size of Nick Aldis. Look at this. This is like Hogan Andre vibes. Look at like Cena, like having to like get on his toes so that he can get. Why? How is Nick Aldis that much bigger than John Cena? I was really surprised at that. But yeah, as well, I mean, he was crashing out, wasn't he? He was crashing out. The black screen was right after Nia flipped off Jade. So, boom. Gets thrown over. And then Nia does that and then flips the bird, right? So it flips and then someone panicked, hit a button, and we went to a black screen. I mean, I remember watching this thinking, did we just get a wardrobe malfunction? I was really confused because I wasn't looking at Nia. I was looking to see where Wade had gone because Wade's under here somewhere. So I was kind of looking out. So I didn't even notice this. So I think she does that and then someone like notices and quickly hits the button. So that's why we had the black screen the other day. John Cena, Ron Killings set for next week's SmackDown. And that was actually announced from WrestleVotes before SmackDown. So it was announced on SmackDown, but WrestleVotes found out just before. So Larry, thank you. There's the graphic, Hikuleo. I just wanted to include that for anyone that, couldn't quite make it out. So it's, pretty standard stuff, isn't it? But it gives you that sort of, I don't know, it gives you a bit of a Japanese kind of vibe. Gives you a bit of a monster, maybe a bit of like a Godzilla type vibe. Just, thought it was interesting. Aki, thank you. Yeah, Will Powers, shout out to you, bud. So here, Dirty Dom Dom saying, well, this could be interesting. Could this be a glimpse as to where we're heading? John Cena, CM Punk with R-Truth as a special guest referee. Maybe if it's not even this match, maybe if it's SummerSlam. What if we do Cena, Cody, and Ron Killings as special guest ref? I mean, we're really screwing Cena over there because Ron Killings has got it out for Cena, but I thought that was an interesting thought because Ron Killings is going to get his chance to face Cena. I don't know if he beats him or not. I'm thinking no, but he could. But once we're past next week's SmackDown and past that match, how do you keep Ron Killings involved? How do you keep him involved? Some people are thinking he might be the one that ends up getting that belt from John. Don't know. I don't think it's going to be that, but I don't know. How you keep him involved is interesting, and at some point we could do something like that. Right, per TC WrestleVotes, R-Truth will continue to be known as R-Truth going forwards, despite being referred to by his real name, Ron Killings. So, yeah, it's a bit weird. So he's going to keep calling himself Ron Killings. WWE are going to call him R-Truth. There was a graphic that said R-Truth. I think it was advertised in the match next week against John, but it said R-Truth. So it is a bit confusing. I don't really understand why we're doing that, but because I've seen them put a graphic out that said Ron R-Truth Killings. A little bit like Bret Hitman Hart, Like the R-Truth was a nickname that was kind of in the name. Jim the Anvil Neidhart type situation. Ron R-Truth Killings. But it doesn't even look like we're going with that. The graphic just said R-Truth, didn't it? So, yeah, I think it's a bit confusing, honestly. Right, they spoiled every match. Yeah, I don't know if you saw this, but the graphic, look. So the graphic said King of the Ring tournament, right? And the graphic was in the middle, the crown was next to it. Nothing really to think about. The only thing is, the winners of each match was actually under the crown. How crazy is that? I mean, I think it's probably nothing more than a coincidence. But these were the graphics to advertise the matches. The graphic is in the middle of each one. The crown is in the same place for each picture. And just by chance, the winner was always the second person. And so they're always underneath the crown. So they kind of spoiled it in a way. If you were under the crown, you was winning the match. But I don't think they meant to do that. I don't think they were trying to spoil it or whatever. I don't think even they might have noticed this, but that's a great spot. That's a really great spot. I think that's genius. Would you like to see Cody CM Punk? Yeah, there was a little confrontation, wasn't there?
We can't run away from each other forever.
We can't run away from each other forever. A lot of people talking about that line. And honestly, I think it's just that now that Cody's not champ, like they're both trying to be champ and they're both going to be going for the same belt or belts. I mean, it's probably a collision coming, There's a healthy respect and love between them. But, this is singles competition. And I think that's just a little seed that's been planted for a Cody CM Punk match down the road, just to get you thinking about it, get you excited for it. Because, honestly, that is a big dream match that we need to do now that, both guys are back in WWE. So, yeah, fun. There's the graphic. Ron Killings, John Cena. Predict the finish. I just don't know. But yeah, there's the graphic saying R-Truth. I just don't know. I do wonder if he could do it. I do wonder if R-Truth, Ron Killings, could get the win over John. I mean, John has been winning, but thanks to cheating, If for some reason the cheating doesn't quite work this time, R-Truth could get the win. That would make John look a little bit vulnerable going into his match with CM Punk. I think John wins that one, by the way. I fully expect John to go into SummerSlam as champion. But I don't know. Could you get away with giving R-Truth the win here? God, I don't know. I think it's really difficult. Ugh. The Slim Jim table is here. I mean, I don't mind that being... I wish it wasn't, of course. But, yeah, what bothered me more was the commentators saying things like, oh, my God, he's just snapped into the Slim Jim table and all this kind of stuff. Like, they're calling it the Slim Jim table now. I really hope that the fans stop chanting for tables. Because it's, oh my God, it's become sponsored and like the commentators are calling it the Slim Jim table. Then talk about ruining a good thing. Yeah, talk about ruining a fun thing. So, yeah, bam, there we go. I saw a lot of people talking about that. Wyatt Sicks, obviously we saw the Wyatt Sicks on the show. Not really much to talk about. I wasn't crazy about what they did on SmackDown. It just felt like a normal match. It was nice to see them back competing, of course. But, yeah, I don't know. It just felt a bit... There wasn't really much build to it, There was no, like, see you next week or anything like that. It's just a match against Motor City. I think next week they'll face a different tag team. They'll probably go after a different tag team after that. It'll get interesting, obviously, when they start confronting Johnny and we get Johnny and Dexter. It'll be interesting once they're circling around the champs, the Street Profits. I got to think next week it'll be them against Fraxium, though. I think Wyatt Sicks Fraxium. But then, you know, when we get to Johnny, there's a backstory there. Obviously, Nikki's going to want to get her hands on Candice. Don't know why she didn't go after Candice. She's absolutely obsessed with Candice, putting out pictures online, and then didn't interfere in the match that Candice was in. So I thought that was a bit weird. So I think Fraxium next week, and then maybe DIY, Street Profits ultimately. Could they get those tag titles so quickly? Suppose they could. If they're going to beat every team, really the only other team they can face then are the champs. So, I don't know. We'll have to see where it goes. But yeah, it looks like they're hunting for gold. And you can be hunting for this figure, Elite 119. So here, this is Dexter. And... there we go. So we've actually got packaging images. I've not seen any packaging images for any of the other figures in the Wyatt Sicks. Just this one at the moment. But I thought I wanted to show you because I know there's a lot of Wyatt Sicks fans in our community. So I know a lot of you are going to be racing out to pick this up. I think it looks good. I mean, there's a lot of work that's gone into that. A lot of tattoo work. You can see the shirt underneath. The mask looks great. I think it looks really good. So there we go. That is Dexter Lumis. He'll be in series 119. 119. So TJF1983, thank you as well. Joe Gacy just tweeting out 13 because, of course, it was Friday the 13th this week. So spooky. Right, let's go other. Then we'll do fun. So CM Punk was at a No Kings protest in Chicago. So CM Punk was spotted at a No Kings protest. So WWE Ethan, shout out to you. Edward, shout out to you. Alexa Bliss's daughter has got her own little matching outfit similar to her mom. So her daughter can wear what her mom wears. So that's nice, isn't it? Wrestle Night, shout out to you. So sold out of the copies of his autograph copies of his book. So there we go. Carrion has signed a load more though. So if you want to get an autographed Carrion Cross book, then apparently stock is dwindling. So his new book coming out. I don't know if it's out yet. I think it's out soon, isn't it? So there we go. You can go to his accounts, click on the link to the gold edition. And I think he was saying there's like over 10,000 pre-orders already. He's like absolutely over the moon with how many people are interested in his book. So brilliant news. Yeah, always great to hear good news for Carrion. Larry, shout out to you. So Triple H said, thanks for having us. Secretary Kennedy, always striving to do whatever we can to make our nation's youth as healthy as they can be. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, that's like an anti-Trump rally. And then here's Triple H kind of being with the Trump administration. So obviously, people with differing political opinions is understandable. And of course, we know that Linda's in that administration as well. So Stephanie's mom is actually, isn't she like education secretary or something? So there we go. There we go. Secretary Kennedy. He's the health guy, isn't he? So there we go. They went and met with him. So Secretary Kennedy said, I met today with Triple H and Stephanie to strategize about the upcoming President's Council on sports, fitness, and nutrition. So they were there to talk about that. CM Chunk, shout out to you. So Amazon Prime American Gladiators is going to be hosted by The Miz. It's going to have Rick Boogs in it as well. Wardlow and Camille. So Rick Boogs, really pleased for Rick Boogs. I always thought he had an amazing look. He had a bubbly personality and an amazing look. I honestly don't know why they got rid of him. I would love to know why they got rid of him. I would love an answer as to why Rick Boogs didn't make it. Because he was fun. He seemed to have charisma, and look how ripped and shredded he is. Look at the size of this guy. Yeah, I didn't get that release, honestly. Charlie, shout out to you. Apparently Chelsea keeps getting asked, like, do you want to take some time off? Are you okay? Do you want to take some time off? Are you sure you're all right? Do you want to take some time off? She's like, it's took me so long to get here. I don't want to take any time off. Just keep giving me things to do. So she is loving it right now. But yeah, they do keep going like, are you all right? Do you need some time off? So I thought that was interesting, a little glimpse as to what they're kind of saying to Chelsea. Edward, shout out to you. So Jade Cargill has been cast in True Threat. It's a new film. Production is going to start later 2025. So there we go. True Threat. Well done. Congrats to Rob Van Dam. He and his wife are expecting a child in 2026. So, Steve, thank you. I got tagged loads in this. So this was R-Truth, like, just having a bit of a freak-out moment. Just gives you a glimpse as to where he is. But honestly, on SmackDown, you saw where he is. I mean, Ron Killings is driving now. So let's just have a little look at this because I got tagged in it so much.
Who the fuck he talking to? Who he telling me who I am? I know who I am. I'm protecting him. But see, everybody got somebody that's trying to tell them who the fuck they are. I know who I am. I'm not the nice one. I'm driving now. Don't let nobody tell you who you are. You know you better than anybody else know. And I know me better than anybody else know me too. And they better put some respect on my name because I am the truth. So help me.
Do you know, it's really interesting because he says, I'm not the nice one. I mean, again, that kind of says to me that there is a split personality thing going on. I'm not the nice one. I'm driving now. I'm Ron Killings. I'm not the nice one, but it feels like the nice one is still there, you know? It is really interesting. Really interesting. Really enjoying what they're doing with Ron Killings. Can't wait to see that match next week. Just don't know which way it's going to go or how the story progresses, you know? Right, let's have a look at fun, shall we? So Chelsea says, here's our new direct her of operations and Joe, his ass assistant. Congratulations and welcome to the green regime. So there we go. They got a little makeover, a couple of glasses for them to wear during SmackDown. And I think Wade was more into it than Joe was. So Tiffany is still trying to get Rhea to wear pink. Could you imagine? She said it's going to happen one day. I guarantee it. I could believe it as well. I don't know if it'll be on a PLE or maybe even just like a house show, but I could see these two teaming together and Rhea kind of wearing pink to match Tiffany. And that will be quite a sight, honestly. That would be a bit strange, wouldn't it? I've seen her in white, and I've seen her in black. I don't think I've seen her in any other colour. So, certainly not pink. So, Tiffany's trying to work on that. Right, Dominic throwing Prime at CM Punk. So, there's Dominic, look, with the big Prime bottle, chucking it at CM Punk. These two have got a little rivalry going on. And people... I never actually saw him throw the little bottle. I saw him hurl the big one, but I didn't realise he grabbed another one and chucked that as well. So they've got this kind of... In interviews, they take little digs at each other. So, yeah, I wonder if we will get a little match between them at some point. I'm sure we will. When it comes to trolling, the Viper is on a whole other level. So there we go. Look, the ref was about to raise up Randy's arm, and he was like, Just kidding. I didn't even see him do that. So there, look, he was selling. Oh my God! Referee was all whoa, and he's like, nah, I'm all right. Edwards, shout out to you. I've not seen this. So this is a kid's room. Edwards said this room is sick. I mean, that Cody thing looks amazing. Yeah, I mean, if you're a kid, that bed is next level, isn't it? So this is just how the guy like constructed it. So he actually he didn't buy it or anything. Fair play to this guy. Respect. Like he proper made that bed and everything. Respect. Yeah, as a kid, that would just be the best, wouldn't it? That jacket looks incredible. Is that that must be like a legit Cody jacket. Yeah. Edward, shout out to you. Kat, shout out to you. So Naomi is blowing Bianca's phone up. So look at this. Apparently there was 30 missed calls that Bianca had from Naomi in a very short space of time. She just keeps calling her. She is so desperate. My sweet BB. What's it say? My sweet BB. I think it says Binky. B-E-S-T. The B-E-S-T. I want to read what that says. Binky? That says Binky? My sweet BB, Binky, EST, Bianca, BFF. Oh, look at this image. She's obsessed, mate. She is obsessed. Johnny, shout out to you. Oh, look at this. Gunther's. This is... Let's go. We need to go full screen. Crying kids. We need to go as big as we possibly can. I don't even know if we can make it any bigger, honestly. Oh, look. Drink them in. Drink them in. Drink the tears in. Go on, cry. Cry. Oh, yeah. Is he crying? Cry. Cry. Don't just look sad. Cry. I want tears. Oh, there is a lot. No, don't look. Oh, my God. She's trying. Oh, my. She's like, I'm trying to stay positive. Oh, we need to watch her at the end. She can't believe it. Cry! Oh, there's a lack of tears, to be honest. But, oh, not there, though. Not there. I saw them. Oh, I saw them. Yeah, imagine that being a Jey fan. You went to see your hero and he loses the belt. Oh, my God. She broke my heart, actually. She broke my heart. She just broke my heart. She was so trying to be positive there. God bless her. Oh. Oh, God. I didn't even know I had a heart, but I did definitely just feel something. It might be indigestion. Not sure. Caught on 4K. Yeah, so this was Nia. This was at some wedding or something by the looks of it. So BBL Bailey, and there's Nia zooming in, right? There's Bailey sticking up the middle finger. Then she kind of like dances away, right? But she does. I thought she was dancing away to someone, but I don't think she does. Like, she sort of, like, dances off because I thought there was someone there. Look, dances. But there is no one there. I thought there was someone just off camera, but I think she's just, like, dancing away to the dance floor or something. When does the dance start? It's a good question, isn't it? Do you go to the dance floor and then dance? Or do you dance when you, like, get up and, I don't know, like, her dance starts there. She dances there and then kind of awkwardly has to step round that guy. And, you know, there's probably a few drinks that have been drunk as well, you know. So, there we go. BBL Bailey dancing her way to the dance floor. That was from Naya, caught in 4K. Oh, yeah, do you know, I don't think I've ever put this together. I don't think I've ever thought this. But, you know, when he does that, Jacob, here's Boogeyman kind of implying that it's a tribute to him. And I could believe that, you know. Because did you see that video? We did show it in a previous Unseen where Jacob met Boogeyman and he flipping was free. He was like, do that, I'm the Boogeyman thing. And Boogeyman did it backstage and he was like, he was proper marking out. I think he's a really big Boogeyman fan, honestly. So I could believe that to be some sort of a tribute, you know. There could be something to that. I've never mentally put that together in my mind. So Wrestle Night, thank you. TJF 1983. So Undertaker, Paul Bearer. This is from the Gerald Briscoe shed. And it's a signed image from the Undertaker and Paul Bearer. And you get a glimpse of that hearse as well, which I think appeared on TV like 94, just like, you know, in a few little backstage things. I don't remember it ever being in an arena or anything, but Gerald Briscoe said it's a rare find. We had the hearse at the shop for a while. It attracted a lot of people. So Undertaker's funeral coach. So there we go. His funeral coach. Undertaker Paul Bearer signing that. Yeah, Survivor Series 94. Survivor Series 94. The Heart Attack Tour. I don't know if it was on the Heart Attack Tour. But yeah, that's the timeline. That's definitely the era that it's from. Very cool. I can't stop watching this, says Bailey. This is great. She yells. It's Tiffy time. It is amazing, actually. It's Tiffy time. And just off it goes. The thing is, she wasn't aiming for him. We're all looking at this thinking that she was trying to aim for... She was aiming for this guy over here. So she's actually done a really good job. It is really good. I cannot stop watching, says Bailey. I know how she feels. Mr. Iguana, look at this. Look at this. We're dressing dogs up like Mr. Iguana and even giving them soft toys. Look at this. I mean, I hope the dog got treated for that. The dog definitely deserves treating. So there we go, Mr. Iguana. Right, one for the WWE folder. I don't even remember what this is, you know. Must be good. Oh, yeah. It's to promote SummerSlam.
England, millions of East Germans tear down the Berlin Wall and head west in a frenzied attempt to buy tickets. And now, almost 3 years later, their dream of democracy and freedom to see the World Wrestling Federation champion, Macho Man Randy Savage, defend his title against the Ultimate Warrior has become reality. World leaders, still in shock over the SummerSlam announcements, made these comments.
Perhaps what is happening will change our world forever.
It is a very exciting thing.
I like Savage. She's macho. Like me.
Wow!
What? Are you kidding me? Warrior will slam Savage. Poof. Like second beats.
Join the sellout crowd of 80,000 at Wembley and witness history in the making. Summerslam, Monday afternoon at 4 on Sky Sports, in association with the video board game Atmosphere.
There we go. That was just a little advert that played in the UK to promote SummerSlam. And before anyone says, the guy doing the voiceover is doing it like stereotypically British. They don't sound like that like on TV all the time. He's clearly like, they're playing up the fact that it's coming to the UK, aren't they? So his accent is like very, proper. So yeah, that's not how our TV ads and how our TV always sounds. But like, it's just a fun little advert that to promote SummerSlam. I had never seen that before. And I'm always interested in little things like that because I think it's one thing to watch the show, like SummerSlam 92. You can go back and watch that on Peacock, watch it on Netflix or whatever. But, to actually get a bit more of a feel as to what it was like leading up to that show. It's always fun to watch some of the Raws. You couldn't then because that was 92, but some of the wrestling challenges or the superstars, some of the shows leading up to it, just to get a bit more of a feel as to kind of, what was happening at the time and what were people talking about. So I like to watch those kind of shows, like the go-home shows, but also like to see some of these adverts that were like advertising them, or to see the program, or just kind of fleshes it out a little bit more, really good. And SummerSlam 92, of course, such a special show because London, Wembley. So, that one kind of means a little more to us in the UK. So, yeah, never seen that, though. Never seen that advert. Right, and there is a mystery that you need to be aware of. Let's have Cathy Kelley explain it. I have not seen an update on this.
There is a mystery, and it needs a solving. I need your help because on Monday after Raw, I get back to my hotel room and I'm unpacking my things. Nestled underneath my makeup bag and my heels, I find one singular Applejacks. I love cereal. I am never going to judge anyone for eating cereal. I do not eat Applejacks. I have never eaten Applejacks in my life, but I would love to know who was messily eating Applejacks in the women's locker room, and why did I catch an Applejack stray? There is a mystery, and
it's a big mystery. She actually did another video that went for a few minutes where she kind of sets the scene. She's like, Rhea Ripley was next to me. We had Alicia Taylor in there. Liv was in there, Kyrie, and she kind of goes through everyone that was in there. But there's no kind of clues, unfortunately. I mean, she just does not know who was responsible, but a stray Applejacks made its way into her case. Did we get an update on that? Let's have a look, shall we? The video is representation where you talk about other people, your crush. Help me find the serial killer. And then there's the one with 42 update. I might as well play it now we're here.
I realize that you guys can't be good detectives if you don't have all of the evidence surrounding Applejack's Gate. First off, I was one of the first to arrive to the locker room. I came in tow with Maxine Dupree. We sat on opposite sides. I was closer to the door. Who was in the locker room that day, though? Myself, Maxine, of course, Natalia, Ivy Nile, Stephanie Vaquer, Lyra Valkyria, Roxanne Perez, Kairi Sane, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, of course, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Alicia Taylor was in there too, Jess, the referee, and Nikki Bella. Nikki and I were actually the last ones in the locker room. She was the last to leave. However, she does not strike me as an Applejacks girl. I could be wrong. That could be too quick a judgment. We can't rule out anyone. To my left, Rhea Ripley. To my right, an empty stall. My bag unzipped the entire time I was there, just in case I needed, quick access to my makeup, to whatever. Some people are immediately suspecting Liv Morgan. However, I will say the Applejacks in question was completely intact. Not a crumb in my bag. So I feel like if it were Liv, she would have been a little bit more diabolical than that, So, who do we think it was?
Well, guys, I've got good news. I literally just put all that information down, and I think I've solved it. I've got Tony Khan. I've got Tony Khan. Tony Khan. We were all thinking it. Someone needed to say it. I bet Tony Khan snuck in to the locker room and planted a single Applejack in Cathy Kelley's bag and then ran away giggling. Because that just strikes me as the most Tony Khan thing I've ever heard, right? So, there we go. That's I've not seen any update on this, though. I've not seen any updates. So, we'll have to keep our kind of eyes peeled for that. Right, we are drastically running out of time. We really do not have much time, actually. So let's go community. So Nick, shout out to you. So here we have got a like from Ray Apollo, who took over Matt Borner's Doink. So Ray was Doink for a time. So Nick getting a like. So congrats. Here we got a tattoo for Dustin. I did a thing. Bray Wyatt memorial tattoo. So Dustin, congrats, bud. Looks absolutely brilliant. Dustin, shout out to you, my friends. That's great. And look at that cheeky little 6 at the bottom as well. Yeah, look. Little hidden detail. Love that. Carl, shout out to you. Getting a like and a follow from Ron Killings. Congrats, buds. Meg said, my fiance proposed to me in front of John Cena at a fan expo this year. Oh, my God. Let's check this out. Meg, congrats.
To the Marine Corps in 2007 after seeing the Marine. And then the other thing is I actually have a question for a special person. If there's a moment.
Okay.
Meg, can you come up here quick?
Hold on.
Here she comes.
Is there a Meg in the audience? Oh no, she's racing down. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Okay, what about that duck you had from Roca in Tampa a couple years ago?
The duck I had?
The duck you had at Roca in Tampa?
Oh man, that's good food over there too. Yes.
My sister cooked that.
She did a great job. Yes.
He must get a lot of that.
I had a question for you.
Okay. I become a spectator in a wonderful moment.
There we go. There it is. Yeah, where is it?
That looks like they're gonna do it. That's excellent. Thank you to your sister, and the best of luck to you guys. Thank you for allowing me to be involved in such a cool moment. Very cool. Who we got next?
There we go. Very good, Meg. Very, very good. Very, very cool. So many, many congratulations to you. Doing that in front of John. What a special moment. So congrats. Right, Casey, shout out to you. Just saw Big E with the girls at the Mexican Grill. He was doing a meet and greet, and he was the nicest. There we go. Waiting to meet Big E. There he is. There he is. Still huge, isn't he? Look at him. Clearly not skipping the gym. Feel the power! God, where would we be now if we had Big E around, eh? Heartbreaking. There we go. That was community. Let's do thanks and get out of here. So, Shockwave, Claire, Raymond, wrestling's biggest fan, Robin, Wild Child Billy, Will Powers, Bradley, Prey User Sports, TJF 1983, Jason, the Elite Pro Wrestling Forum, Neo, All Game 17, Huddle Talk, MLW Flash, Walter J, Thomas Scott, TJF 1983 and TJF 1983. We've done it, and we've done it before we hit the hour mark. Let's go. Thanks a lot for watching. Little bit of disruption coming up over the next week and a half. You're just going to have to bear with me. But as we said, once we're past that, we will be back to normal. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.